Hi, this is Colby from the Colby Cast, and you're listening to Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
In 1977, George Lucas formed a legacy.
Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
Inspired by mythology, his saga has become a passion for many.
Leave the Force around you.
His legend has become our story.
It's true. All of it.
One of resistance,
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down.
rebellion,
Rebellion is built on hope.
and redemption.
I am a Jedi, like my father before.
This is Star Wars Reactions.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Reactions. You thought we forgot about you, but we haven't. That's right. We're back. As you remember, we're in a bi-weekly format right now. But as we will discuss here a little later, got some things coming up in April that may change that for a little bit. So we will discuss that and so much more in this week's episode. Let's get some introductions out of the way. That way you know who you're talking to and who you're listening to. I am not Kermit the Frog. My name is Aaron Harris. I am one of your hosts here. And joining me as always, he is the Fozzie Bear to my Kermit, the David Motters. David, brother, how you doing?
Waka 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 waka. Isn't that what Fozzie does?
That's what Fozzie does. Yeah. You got me there, my friend.
Oh my God. I had to think of it quick. I am doing good. It's always good to record with you. I know, like you said, we are doing every other week, and so this is our every other week, and ready to react, and just looking forward to getting up to date and talking to you about a number of different topics that have been happening here in the world of Star Wars and Disney.
Absolutely. It is. I swear when we decide to do something, like take some time to ourselves and, go to a bi-weekly format, news breaks left and right all over the place. Trailers drop and announcements are made and powers shift. It gets crazy. But so we got a lot to catch up at Carabast.
There it is, first one.
First one. Oh, jeez. Hopefully the last, but probably not, knowing me. But first off, we're going to go through a whole bunch of news that we haven't talked about yet. Some of y'all may know it already because it's been hugely talked about the last 2 weeks. But before we do, I want to wish you, David, and everybody out there a very happy Star Wars Podcast Day 2026. That is right. It is Star Wars Podcast Day, and this is our special release for Star Wars Podcast Day. It just happened to correspond, which is perfect. If you don't know what Star Wars Podcast Day is, it is an unofficial celebration of the Star Wars fan audio community. Every year on February 7th, this event brings together over 100 shows most of the time, most years, to celebrate their love of fan-made audio with other Star Wars fans. These are podcasts from all over the country, all over the world, that release special episodes on this day, just in observance of Star Wars Podcast Day. And of course, you may ask, okay, well, was February 7th picked? It's very simple. That was the day that a podcast called Jedi Talk premiered back in 1999. Jedi Talk was the very first Star Wars podcast, and that's why we celebrate Star Wars Podcast Day on that day. It was the beginning of it all. So definitely, most of your favorite Star Wars podcasts will be releasing something special this day. or if it's not this day, it'll be this week. So keep an eye out on those. You'll see special hashtags throughout the thing, like hashtag Star Wars Podcast Day or hashtag SWPD 2026. So be on the lookout for those posts to find some outstanding podcasts this week as we go forward. And a special shout out to our good friend Daniel Contreras, who organized Carabast.
Number 2. Well, I'll keep the running tab.
We are 4 minutes in, and I'm already 2 Carabast deep. This is going to be a long night, long night, my friend. But as I was saying, special shout out to our good friend Daniel Contreras, who organizes this year in and year out. He is the power behind it, and he has done such a incredible job of organizing this and supporting the podcast community as well. I've had the opportunity to meet and hang out with him a couple of times because he comes down to Lakeland down here regularly, so I get to see him, which is great. He's friends with a friend of mine that I used to work with, and so we get to see him regularly, which is great. And he's just an all-around awesome dude, and I can't say enough great things about Daniel and the work he does with Star Wars Podcast Day and the support he gives all the podcasts, including ours. He is a great supporter of podcasts, and we salute you.
He is. Awesome job, Daniel. Love you, brother.
Yes, we do. So make sure you are looking for your favorite podcasts out there, and we will be looking too. I plan on listening to a few this week. So,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So, David, we got a lot to cover, my friend, and there are. You talk about shifts in the wind.
Yes.
Everything changes. Everything changes. For you contemporary Christian kids of the 90s, you will recognize that. Let's start with the first big change that occurred. That was not long after our last show, actually. And that was the announcement that Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down and retiring as the head of Lucasfilm and going back into producing. And here's the kicker, she is being replaced by Dave Filoni and Lenwyn Brennan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this will be incredibly fun. Kathleen, of course, was at Lucasfilm for 14 years since Disney purchased it from Lucasfilm. She has been the head of it all, making all the decisions, and is responsible for everything we've gotten since the Disney purchase. And regardless of what you feel about the prequels, or excuse me, the sequels, she has done some great work with Star Wars. She's had some issues with Star Wars, but overall she has when you look at her, the products she has put out, I would say she's had more wins than she has losses, but it's the losses that tarnish the image. She is the one who, regardless of how you feel, she's the one that was in charge and gave us Rebels. She gave us Resistance, which a lot of people didn't like, but we liked it. Rogue One, Solo was fantastic. And honestly, I thought The Force Awakens was fantastic. Seventh season of Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, Andor, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars Visions, The
Yeah.
Bad Batch. These are all because she's the one that made these happen. And honestly, especially me being the massive Rebels fan that I am, I appreciate that. I mean, she gave me Rebels. She brought me back into I was a fan before, getting back in the fandom, but then Rebels came out and I went from fan to mildly obsessed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Um, but as for the replacement of Kathleen, like I mentioned, they're splitting it into two. Lin Brennan will be the president and general manager. She will and Dave Filoni will be the chief creative officer. They're basically just splitting the roles. Um, Filoni will be, more on the creative side, managing the creative side, while Brennan is doing more of the business side, which will be very interesting. Um, that's, excuse me, I misspoke a few moments ago. Filoni has been named president and chief creative officer, while Brennan has been named co-president. So, but either way, this is gonna be fabulous. We still got we got a couple movies that are already in production about to come out. We're months away from the release of Mando and Grogu, and Star Wars Starfighter coming out in 27. Um, so we're got two more projects which Kathleen Kennedy did produce, and has her fingerprints all over, which these are still movies I'm very much looking forward to. But I mean, honestly, I have to say, I enjoy, can't, I have to say, I'm hate to see Kathleen go. I thought with what she had, she did the best she could. I know Disney tied her hands a lot in some respects. But she took everything with straight, even the criticisms. She took it with grace and dignity, and I respect that. And I she's going on. She's still going to be says she's still going to be producing movies and stuff. But I am very curious and very excited to see where Lucasfilm goes from here. Under Dave and Linwin's leadership. So, what are your thoughts about when you heard that news, David?
Yeah, I mean, it'd been talked about for years and years,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it finally occurred and stuff. Yeah, it's always tough, right? Like I think back to when I was a kid and watching Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi and not thinking really about any of this. The most I thought about any of the behind the scenes stuff were the specials that Lucas produced, but I was just mesmerized with the Star Wars posters. And I would see Gary Kurtz, producer, George Lucas, executive producer, director of Star Wars, see Irvin Kershner
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Richard Marquand on the Return of the Jedi poster, but never did I really think about like I guess I knew George Lucas ran Lucasfilm, but didn't think about that at that time in 1980 and 83. Um, with the prequels, obviously he still owned it and was directing, but it is interesting how much knowledge we have about all this stuff, how the sausage is made. And I don't know, is that good or bad? There's an old saying, right? Do you want to know how the sausage is made? You might not eat it anymore if you see it. Um, you said something that I've noticed a number of different people saying in the Star Wars community, some various podcasts and stuff, almost changing their tune maybe a little bit from criticizing Kathleen to saying, "Oh, wait a minute, she probably had her hands tied more than we thought on things because she answers to Disney, right? Lucasfilm, right? Marvel, they answer to Disney versus to themselves."
Mm-hmm.
and so I think that is important to keep in mind, with the Bob Iger situation, and him being the CEO and some of those kinds of things. So again, I don't know the whole inner workings, how good of a relationship she had with Bob Iger and Disney and stuff like that. Maybe it was good, maybe it was bad. I have no idea, right? I don't keep up with all that per se, but I agree with you, that there's a lot of really good content that came out. I'll also say this, and I think I've said it before when you and I have covered series, and not even talking about Kathleen, but you think about the different, like Tony Gilroy behind Andor and Filoni and Ken Berg behind Rebels and stuff. What you really see, and we've talked about how hard it is to make a good story, animated or live action, and it's tough. It's tough, and then to try to make something that is universally liked. That's
Yeah.
that's not easy, man. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And so then looking forward, like you said, with Dave Filoni and Lin-Win Brennan, I wish all the best towards them. I hope they can really create some really great stuff. Keep this ball rolling. It looks like it's going to be a move back into theaters, right?
Mhm.
Maybe past the two movies you mentioned. We'll see. And it sounds like Disney's going to scale back on these Disney Plus shows, and maybe animation is a little bit of a. I think Greg McLaughlin has talked about that. Animation could be something a little bit more cost effective, or not so bad on the pocketbook or the wallet, by putting that on Disney Plus and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I wish Filoni the best, and Lin-Win Brennan, and I hope they do a great job. Um, they'll probably experience what Kathleen did. People will like some of the stuff that comes out and dislike other stuff that comes out.
Exactly. And to go off, I want to go off two directions based
Mm,
on a couple of things you said, but off the last thing you just said, there'll be things that people will like, there'll be things that they don't like. Guess what? That's fine.
that's
That
right.
does not make, if Dave and Linwin release something that you don't like, it's not the end of the world. Okay, somebody else may love it. Guess what? I'm if it's me, I'm happy for them. That's the way it goes, man. There's always going to be something that you like. I mean, we're Super Bowl season right now here in the if you're not if you're listening to this not from the U.S., you don't probably are going to Super Bowl. What's that? But it's Super Bowl season here in the U.S., big sporting event, and everybody's excited. I mean, we're recording this on a Thursday night on February 5th. Super Bowl is Sunday the 8th, so we are literally days away from Super Bowl. Guess what? I could care less for either team that's there. I really don't. I have no love lost for the Seahawks. I have no love lost for the Patriots. But guess what? I have friends who are Patriots fans. I have friends who are Seahawks fans. I know people that pull for both teams. Guess what? They're excited. I'm happy for them. I'm
No,
still watching.
right. Versus, I'm
Exactly.
mad, I'm pissed off, and I'm not going to watch anything or
Right.
whatever. And that's. But again, if you don't want to watch the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, don't watch the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And
Right.
and and here's the thing, if anybody has a reason to be upset about how their team did, it would be me. Our quarterback was injured 3 quarters of the season, and we went from being in the championship game last year to not even making the playoffs this year. If anybody's got a reason to be furious about the season, it's me. But I don't care.
Well,
I'm
and
ha-
it's like you said with Star Wars, it's we get upset about a lot of things,
Mhm.
but why? It's just like you said, there's a lot of the content that came out, you and I know over the last several years, some people like certain things, did not like others, even you and me with some of the vision stuff, and so
Mhm.
on. It is in certain series, and but it's not, like you said, but some podcasts and some content creators just they get they I'll use the word vitriol, right? They get vitriolic, and they're so upset about, what does someone say, like a movie that stuff that's fictional with laser swords, I mean, come on, it's okay, people.
Yeah.
I'll quote my dad from many years ago. He goes, David, if you want to get upset about something, let's get upset about something. And I love that he said, that's for real, something that really we should be upset about. And Star Wars, just enjoy. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you like it, watch it, but don't get so mad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And so yeah, the other thing you mentioned, you brought up going back to animation.
Mm,
And that was something I was actually before you signed in to our for our show tonight. I was actually thinking when I was going through my head everything Kathleen has done with
mhm.
Lucasfilm, and that I just named off Star Wars stuff. That she had uh,
Oh,
Indiana Jones, uh, and the Willow series, and so much more that she
mhm,
worked on as well, um, outside of Star Wars. So there's so much there. But I was thinking about the animation. They've never had the ball drop on their animation. On their, I mean, there've been some ups and downs with Vision. 'But when they're at their actual series that have a conducive, long telling story,
mhm,
like the Clone Wars, like Rebels, Bad Batch, even Resistance has its diehard fans. These are shows that did really well for them.
mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, they brought Clone Wars back twice
Right.
for season 6 and for season 7. You
Yeah.
remember it got canceled after season 5.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
brought Clone Wars back twice, gave us season 6, then gave us season 7. I mean,
Yeah.
these are things that especially Dave knows animation,
Yeah.
and he's learning the live action stuff from John Favreau as they worked on Mandalorian, and now Mandalorian and Grogu and Ahsoka and all these live action shows that he's helped work on. So he's learning the live action side too. But I was thinking about it beforehand. I would really like to see Dave go back to his roots and do the animation. We're getting the Maul series coming up uh, soon, and we'll be talking about that later in this episode. So we have some animation coming, and I got a feeling this is going to be a very. I don't want to get into our Maul discussion yet, but I got a feeling Maul's going to do really well.
I think so too. I think so too.
And I think with I think if Maul does well, I think they really need to look at, okay, what other stories can we tell in this animated format? And for especially for Disney Plus, take the take the live action stuff to the theaters, bring the animation to Disney Plus, and have at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can have the serious animated shows, and then I mean, like, you can do crossover stuff as well, because I know, like, with they started releasing after 10 years, they started releasing new episodes of Phineas and Ferb again on Disney Plus.
Mhm. Yeah.
I loved the crossover episode of Star Wars,
Oh, yeah.
the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars episode
Yeah.
based on episode 1. Do it again.
Yeah.
You got you got 8 other movies you can pick
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, animated Luke Skywalker after Return of the Jedi.
mhm.
People love seeing him in
Yes.
Mandalorian. I mean, him animated, kicking butt. People,
Yes.
I think people would go nuts. I'd go nuts. I mean, and you could, and like we said, and I don't think it would break the bank of Disney Plus. I mean, because
Hmm.
the live action stuff is really, really hurt
Hmm.
financially. Them financially, yeah. So yeah, animation.
You know what I would love to see, animated wise? Because one thing I've always said is I would love to see more stories about the rebellion.
Mm.
Give me Rogue Squadron.
Ooh,
Give me a series about Rogue Squadron.
yeah,
Wedge. Whether it's Rogue Squadron when Wedge is leading it at Return of the Jedi, or when Luke is leading it in Empires. You got a lot of material. You have Wedge, you have Hobby, you have Luke, you have
Hmm.
Dak. I mean, I mean, there's so much there that they could work with and tell outstanding stories.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there
I
there
mean, it's yeah. Yeah.
there was what a dozen books in the X-wing
Yeah.
series,
You can pick
Aaron
from all
Austin
that
and all
stuff.
them. You
Yeah.
you have a library to pick from that's already been done. Use your material, take from it, expand it. Take
Sure.
if you like pieces from this, take from that, like you did with Thrawn. You like the character, bring that one. You like one of the characters from the X-wing series, bring them in. I mean, the oh, this
Well,
is
and
not
Filoni's done it, right? Even
yes,
Filoni, well, Filoni had Ahsoka say there's always a little bit of truth in legends.
exactly,
You
exactly. And
know,
so I would love to see that happen.
yeah.
So I mean, this went way off course there, but yeah, it's there's a lot that we can see happen there, and I'm looking forward to the future. I have my hopes and my dreams, but I am thoroughly founded in one thing, and used to say it all the time back during Rebels, and I said it a lot during Resistance. In Filoni, we trust.
Yeah, I think
In
he's going to do just fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're going to keep going because when you flip the coin, you get to the other big shakeup, which is the announcement that Disney's head guy, Bob Iger, is retiring again.
Again.
So if you don't remember, if you don't know the history there, Bob Iger retired. He named, was it Chapek? Bob
Bob,
Chapek
Bob Chapin.
came in and took over. And I think he had a lot to do with the hand tying of Kathleen, but I'm not going to go there. But Chapek came in, and next thing we know, Disney was doing terrible, and they Chapek left, and they brought Bob Iger back,
Well,
and he's been there. I don't know, several years now. Probably been 3, 4 years, maybe 5. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since he came back. Um, to try to save Disney, and he's tightened the belt a lot at Disney. But now he is stepping back down because he wanted to retire, so he's stepping back into retirement. And uh, I love how our friend Greg put it in our chat. It was Mary that said it. Apparently, the dyad is the way to go
yeah.
because Bob Iger is being replaced by Disney's new CEO, which will be Josh D'Amaro, and Dana Walden, who has been named president and chief creative officer for the company. So they are taking over for Bob Iger because Bob Iger was all of that originally. So it will be not only are we seeing the shakeup at Lucasfilm, we're seeing the shakeup at Disney, which has me scratching my head as to what can Dave get away with.
Right. I don't know. And what's his relationship with Josh tomorrow?
Well,
Right.
mhm. Well,
And the lady who's the creative director. I don't really know her. I don't know much about her.
no,
So,
I really don't know much about her either. I know Damaro though.
mhm.
Damaro was actually uh, the head of theme parks
Yeah,
for
that's why I
Disney.
know him. Yes.
That's how I know Damaro because I mean I've been at the park and seen him walk through before
Yeah.
years ago when I had passes. But he is him I know. Walden, I actually had to do uh, some checking on because I had not heard of a lot about her, but apparently she had been with uh, Disney for a long time. Uh, I'm trying to find the where I wrote it down. Aha, where is it? I can't find my notes now. But apparently she had been there a while and worked her way up the chain at Disney before beginning her before getting moved into this creative role as chief creative officer and president. So apparently she has a history there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out on Disney's behalf, and how this change filters down into Lucasfilm. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hoping with the parks guy in charge of Disney now, we'll see some park expansions and some more Star Wars in the parks, and
Yeah.
I would really like to see some lower prices, but
I
if you give me some
know.
lower prices, I might be able to convince my wife to let me go back. Um, but
Well, I heard attendance is down, right?
yeah,
I
well, it
mean,
is. I mean, you got $200 for a single day ticket.
yeah,
I mean,
it's yeah, something's got to
yeah,
give,
yeah.
and people run out of disposable income.
Right now, there's running out of a lot of income. So,
That's right. That's right.
I mean, not from and me in more ways than one, with my daughter
Yeah.
getting married now. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. So, but yeah.
Well, same with him and both of them, the dyad there.
Mhm.
Hopefully they do well, make good decisions, and hopefully things move in the right direction. That's what you hope for when there's a change in leadership. There'll be some bumpy road, but
Always.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you expect some bumpy roads going ahead, but I will say this, I wish them all the best in the world and
Oh,
what they do.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
wish them the best. I hope they have an easy transition, and I hope they are successful in their jobs, because when they're successful,
Yeah.
we're happy.
We're having fun. Yeah. At the
We're
parks,
having fun.
movies,
We're at the
exactly.
parks. We're at the movies. We're getting good Star Wars.
That's right.
So
That's
when
right.
they're successful, we're happy. So, and as podcasters, when they're successful, the fans are happy and we're busy.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Got good stuff to cover. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, those are the major changes that have been going on. One thing I do want to mention before we move into talking about Maul, like I mentioned we were going to do earlier, is, did you see the special on Disney Plus, music by John Williams?
I haven't watched that yet, buddy.
You need to watch it. It's really good. It's really really good. Steven Spielberg produced that, and he just won a Grammy for that,
Wow.
which means Steven Spielberg now has the EGOT:
He's got the EGOT. Okay.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. He's got all four
Wow. Wow.
because of the special music by John Williams,
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
which to me, that makes it so much better that he won that this film won, and that he produced it too, because I know him and John go back
Oh, to Jaws.
to Jaws.
Well, actually,
Back
no, Sugarland Express.
for us, yes.
Yeah.
Even earlier, they go back years. They have been partners in partners in crime for years, and so this is a very, to me, this win means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it probably does to Steven for multiple reasons, but as a guy who will just randomly turn on a Williams soundtrack just to relax, this made me happy,
That's
because
cool. That's cool.
I will say, when I watched this special, I literally turned it on. I turned it on to have it on in the background while I worked. I had to turn it off because instead of working, I was watching it, and they would play, all they were doing was playing John Williams music through it. And I'm sitting there closing my eyes and just drifting into those movies. And it was fantastic. So definitely, definitely, David, check it out.
Oh yeah, no, I've
And
seen it on Disney Plus. I'm like, I gotta find some time to watch that bad boy.
it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really is. And if y'all out there haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. Music by John Williams, incredible. I was it was a little over an hour. I want to say it was, but it
Okay.
is so good, so good, and he
Nice.
tells so much backstory about the creative process and where he came from, and oh my gosh, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So there we go. Well, we are starting to run out of time, but I don't
Huh?
care because we are going to talk about the one thing that we hinted at earlier, and that, of course, is the teaser trailer release for Maul Shadow Lord.
You do have to say it that way. You have to.
Maul Shadow Lord. I got a feeling I'm
You
going to
can't
say
say
that
it
a
that.
lot.
You're right. You can't be like, "Oh, Maul Shadow Lord." You can't say it that way.
Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here. We're going to talk about Maul Shadow Lord. Yay!
Waka
Yeah,
waka waka.
right. It doesn't have the same ring.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have it. But yes, no, Maul Shadow Lord. The trailer was released, which gave us a glimpse into what's coming.
Mhm.
And they gave us a release date, which the release date surprised me. I
Right.
was expecting May 4th, something like that. But this is releasing May 6th, and the finale is on May 4th.
Well, no, you said it opens April
Oh,
6th.
April 6th. Sorry, April 6th, with the
Yeah.
finale on May 4th.
Yes.
2 episodes a week, building up from April 6th till May 4th. So it'll be a rushed event, 2 episodes a
Mhm.
week. Um, but this sounds incredible. Um, and
Yeah.
I am so excited about it. Sam Witwer's coming back to voice Maul, and it is going to be great. According to, and I'm just going to read this straight from StarWars.com. Kristen Baver wrote this. Um, Shadow Lord picks up after the events of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, basically season 7,
Yeah.
the
When he
Siege of
escapes. Yeah.
Mandalore. We see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for a pulpy adventure that finds Maul plotting to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. There he crosses paths with a disillusioned young Jedi Padawan who may just be the apprentice he is seeking to aid in his relentless pursuit for revenge. So, of
Yeah.
course, Sam Witwer's coming back and he's going to be voicing Maul. We have a new character named Devon Izara, which will be voiced by Gideon Adlon. And Wagner Mora, who recently won a Golden Globe and was nominated for an Oscar, will be playing Brandier Lawson. And Richard Ayoade, I know I butchered that name, will be Two Boots. And of course, they do say in this article that Brander and Two Boots will also be featured in a prequel series being released by Marvel Comics, coming out in March, set on the planet Janix.
Nice.
So, also they announced, of course, 10 episodes of 5 weeks. They have also announced there are additional characters in here, which they shared as well. Other cast members include Dennis Habbert as Master Iko Diodaki.
Mm.
Say that 10 times real fast. Uh, Chris Diamantopoulos. Say that 10 times even faster. As Loti Vario. Charles Bushnell as Riley Lawson. David W. Collins as Spybot. AJ Locasio as Marok. You may recognize that name from
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we have veterans from Star Wars Rebels, Steve Bloom as Icarus, and Vanessa Marshall as Rook Cast.
Remember her as Rook
You
Cast.
remember Rook Cast?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So we got some returning characters. We got some new characters. It's going to be incredible as we go. Of course, Maul Shadow Lord was created by Dave Filoni. Of course, the series was developed by Dave Filoni and our the great name I always love saying, Matt Michnovitz. Brad Rao is supervising director, and executive producers are Dave, Athena, Yvette Portillo, Matt Michnovitz, Brad Rao, Carrie Beck, and Josh Rhimes.
Yeah. Those are
So
familiar names. Yeah.
those are, if you have watched any animated shows,
Mhm.
you recognize those names.
Yeah.
So I'm truly looking forward to this episode, to this series. It is looking incredible. The trailer was just, oh my gosh, to see. And we got the what was it, was it the 11th brother, the one that we saw in Tales
Um,
of the Jedi, the Ahsoka
oh,
one,
oh, the bird skull
or
face.
skull
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Inquisitor's going to be in there. Of
Yeah.
course, we see some of the origin of Marok in here. I mean, this is going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
absolutely incredible. I'm thinking this is just going to be great. Joel Aaron is working on it again for cinematography and VX directing. And of course, Joel did Resistance, Rebels,
Oh,
Clone. He's been
yeah.
there. Keith Kellogg's back again working on it. I mean, these are guys who know what they're doing. They have worked on these shows that we already love. So this is just going to be a heyday, man. I am 5 weeks though.
You
5 weeks,
know,
10 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it made sense that it wraps up May 4th because then it gives all the attention to Mano and Grogu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Manuel go oh, Carabast.
Number 3.
Well, at least I made it from minute 4.5 to minute 41
That's pretty
uh,
good. That's pretty
without
good.
another one. I'll pat myself on the back for that. So yeah, but yeah, that's going to be fun. We'll finish this up, and then we'll just have a couple weeks till
Yeah.
Mando Grogu. We got to talk about what we're going to do for that, my friend. Um, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, maybe we can do a showing down at that AMC 24, in
Yeah,
Orlando.
yeah.
Like
Well,
we did in 2019 for Rise of Skywalker. We
yep,
were there opening night. Yeah.
yeah. We'll have
Maybe we
to
can do it again. Maybe we can do it again.
maybe we'll have to work something out. Maybe get some get some people together
That's
and
right.
go see it.
Mary, Chaz.
You know, maybe Anthony King lives over there. Get him over
Yeah,
too.
Anthony King. Yeah.
So we'll have to put something together. We'll have to put something together. The wheels are spinning now.
Yes.
Anyhow, but
Yeah.
so I am excited for this. What are you thinking about? I know about Maul Shadow Lord.
Well, I was thinking 2 years ago when Sam Witwer was at Ocala Comic Con
Mhm.
2024, and he was probably working on it then, or at least discussing it, because then in 2025, like year ago right now, at Star Wars Celebration Japan, they announced it. Here we are a year later, but I did have him sign my DVD case for Clone Wars, I think season 3, and it has
Okay.
Maul on it, and he
Yep.
signed it Maul.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
I thought about that, and then of course you and I just saw Vanessa Marshall
Yep.
in September, and she knew about it,
Of course she
and
did. Which is probably why she said, "I got something big coming up after the new year. We'll be contact
oh
because she said contact me after that, and we'll see what we can do to get to Get you
Yes.
to come on the show. So I'll be doing that now.
Yes.
See if I
Yes.
can find time in her schedule. Um, but yeah, I mean, I saw a video, and I don't know if I don't know if I sent it out to you or not, but uh, Sam is talking about Maul, this series,
Mm.
um, and he's like, I guess somebody had asked him how he found out how he came in, and he goes. I got a call from Dave Filoni to come, or I got a call from Lucasfilm to come see Dave. So I walked in, sat down, and Dave walked in and goes, "Hey, hey, we're going to do a mall show, and I need you to do this, and we're going to set it over here and do this, and this. Production time's going to be." And he goes, "I didn't hear a thing after he said we're doing a mall show," and I was like, he goes. I looked at him and said, "Okay, can we back up to that first thing again? We're doing what?"
Sam's funny.
Sam's great. I mean,
He
he's
is.
hilarious. Every interview,
Yeah.
I still go back to when he was at Star Wars Weekends
Yeah. Yeah.
that one week, and James Arnold Taylor had his friend Tom Wilson there.
Mhm.
And if you don't know who Tom Wilson is, Tom Wilson played Biff in Back to the Future trilogy, the big bully Biff. And they were Jat and Sam were fake lightsaber fighting, and Maul, Sam does this big thing that big spin thing, and that Maul would do, and Jat just stands there's like, "Yep, nope." Taps in Sam, Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson comes up, just stands there and looks down because Tom Wilson towered
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
them. Looks down at Sam, and Sam immediately starts acting like McFly. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, Biff. I'm sorry, Biff, and he backs down. And, oh my gosh, I got to find that clip and share that out.
You do.
Um,
That's yeah. Yeah.
because I know it's out there because we bumped into Gian at Central Florida Comic Con, and I
Yeah.
know he recorded that, and it's on one of his
Yeah.
videos from Star Wars Week. So I'll have to go find that. It's neat.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I remember seeing Sam at Star Wars weekends, and that's when Lena, he was walking by and she came up with this all herself. She goes, "Can I get a high five?" And he just gave her a big old high five. He was so nice. And that was a long, that might have been, I'd have to look if that was 14 or 15, 2014. I could look back at the programs from Hollywood studios and stuff, but yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see these guys back in action. I think part of the challenge for people is to know, like, well, wait, when is this? And again, we know as diehard fans, but because I do think people think about his appearance in Solo. They think about his appearance in Rebels, Clone Wars, and all that. And so I've seen some people say this, is this too much Maul? And I don't know. I love that Sam's there and can do the voice. I mean, Carrie Fisher said it a long time ago. She said, "Why didn't we start doing this like 10, 15 years
Yeah,
before?" And Sam's in his prime. He's done the voice. Do it. And again, what did we
yeah,
say before? If you enjoy it, watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But guess
yeah.
what? We're going to enjoy Sam Witwer as Maul.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And one thing I was gonna say, I mean, with Maul, we know the beginning, we know the end.
Yeah, we do.
Fill in the in between.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do in the in between. Fill in the in between. I mean, it's like, tell us a story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Tell me the story. So, and I would, because we know at some point between the end of, I mean, we know he escapes at the end of season 7 of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
and we know between somewhere between then and and the end of uh, Solo, he's
Yeah.
he's in charge of Crimson Dawn.
Right. Right.
So tell me the story. How does he get back to Crimson Dawn? How does he
Yeah.
start and build Crimson Dawn?
Yeah.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
That could be this. Yeah. Because then after that, Ezra meets up with him in
mhm.
Malachor, right? Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
and then he meets up at Malachor, and then what? Well, see, and that there's more story you could tell. How does he get from the head of
Crimson
Crimson
Dawn.
Dawn to this wandering
hmm Old master.
old
You
master?
could call me old.
Old master.
Yeah. In fact, Pot of Rebellion is coming up on those
Yes,
episodes.
they are.
They're coming up to the end of season 2, their coverage. They just released on Tuesday, Forgotten Droid. Next one will be Mystery of Chopper Base, and then the two Twilight Apprentice Part 1 and 2, which you and I have gushed over for years.
Yes.
So, but anyway, highly recommend that podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if they're doing anything for Star Wars Podcast Day, but definitely check it out.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else about Maul you want to mention before we
No, I
get
just look
going?
forward to covering it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be covering it. We will go for Maul, we will go back weekly. The question will be how we will do it, whether we are going to squeeze 2 episodes in one episode or split them up or and spread it out. I don't know. We'll discuss it and we will let you know. Do do do. All right. Well, with that, that's going to wrap everything up. And of course, we would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts on everything. So that we have discussed, and if there's more that we haven't discussed that we have missed out or we may not have heard about it, so let us know. Of course, you can do that many different ways. You can hit us up on Facebook and how David lovingly refers to it as Twitter X at SW Reactions Pod. Of course, Blue Skies, Instagram, Tiki Talkie, Pinterest, Threads, X, I already said X, YouTube, Tumblr, SW Reactions. Then, of course, you can email us, swreactions@gmail.com. Or if you really want to have fun, leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/Star Wars Reactions. David, if somebody wants to talk Star Wars with you, how would they do that?
Yeah, I think, I used to say Twitter X, but I think a lot of people have moved away from it over to Instagram, right? Generally, I feel, and Facebook, a lot of
Yeah.
us are. But Instagram is simply just, what is it? Just look up at David Motters. Um, is it at David Motters?
At David
Twitter X
Motters,
is, yeah, Twitter X is at David_Motters. But and something we've said for quite a while now is if you just send it into the show socials, Aaron is always getting those over to me, and so on. But yeah, leave a voicemail. That'd be fun. I know Daniel Contreras has done it before. Yeah. Aaron breaks into song or dance. Right now he's dancing and you can't see it, but yeah, those are the places. How can people get a hold of you, buddy?
One day I will actually cut the video out and release that just as a gag reel. Best place to get a hold of me is either Instagram or X at TA Harris 121079, or of course any of the show socials. I don't know why I keep trying to do a radio voice. I don't have the gift of Jat.
Yeah. Nice. The gift of Jat or the gift of Gab. Yeah, Jat, Jat.
Yeah, I don't have the gift
Very
of
well
Jat.
played. Well played.
Thank you. I'm here all weekend. Literally, I will be here all. No, actually, I won't. I'm actually going out Saturday night. So,
Well, good.
yes, it will be fun. Going to go. I might actually end up at Disney Springs too. So,
Oh, good.
anyhow, that was like squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means, don't you?
Oh, I know what it means.
It means it's time for a party.
Everybody just know that Aaron is in his glory right now. I mean, if you want to see someone in their glory, everyone has their times where in their glory. This is where Aaron's in his glory. His face is all aglow. He's smiling and he's ready to torment our souls.
Yes, it's great. I wouldn't say I torment your souls, but I do have a lot of fun. So here we go. It is time for our Star Wars dad joke of the week, if you couldn't tell. So let's go. Here we go, straight from the Star Wars dad joke book by Kelly Knox. Why do Wookiees have so much hair?
Ooh, I don't know. Why do Wookiees have so much hair?
Fur protection.
Oh my gosh. That that is a dad joke.
Fur protection.
You love that. You just love it.
Oh my Lord, I love it. Yes, that's it. Fur protection. And for your protection, we're going to wrap this up right now.
That's right.
David, it's been a blast, my friend.
Oh, absolutely. So much fun to be back behind the microphone with you. And hopefully people enjoyed the show tonight.
Absolutely. I hope y'all did. Thank y'all so much for listening in. Thank you for all this love and support you show David and I in this show. We appreciate each and every one of you. Love y'all. We're praying for y'all, wishing y'all the best. Take care of each other. Do something kind for each other. It will definitely make this dreary world a little brighter. Remember, this is your place for elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and the respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.